Hi, this is Matthew Robert Payne. This is for a few people who follow me and just for strangers, if you find this video, I hope you find this encouraging. I got the inspiration for this video off a popular podcaster called PBD or Patrick Bet David. Um, and so he does two things when he's talking to people that I find irritating or red flags. And they're like a sign of someone who's controlling. They're a sign of someone with a Jezebel spirit. Or you could use the worldly term that they're using in the last few years, narcissistic. Um, but so he flatters people. He doesn't give them genuine compliments. He builds them up with flattery. So that's one way he wants to control a person is to give him plenty of flattery so they think well of him. They give him leeway. They let him control them, let him control the conversation and have things his way. Another thing he does when he's got a guest on that he disagrees with, like spiritually or politically, he's condescending. He speaks down to people. He sort of gives them a bit of a beating up. He gives them a bit of a slap around the face, a bit of discipline, uh, and um, and they're two things I don't like in Christians. I don't like in friends. I've only got a couple of friends in my life, so I don't really deal with it. But when someone is flattering me, it can lead to a deceptive sort of relationship in my life. And some people who stayed for a while and were controlling me by flattery, when I uh, was free of them, I recognized that that's what they were doing. I had one woman for years who would read all my books and write good reviews on Amazon on my books. And she's constantly saying all these nice things about me. But I said something that she disagreed with and she left. But she'd left a couple of years before and then she blocked me on Facebook a couple of years before, but then had approached me 18 months later and said sorry. And then she said something that was true, what was turned out to be a lie. She said, I'll never leave you again. I'll always be with you. And then I said something in a teaching when I was interviewing Mary Magdalene from heaven, and she said something. Mary Magdalene said about something about her favorite teacher, and was saying her favorite teacher was wrong, and she blocked me and disappeared. But her whole life was flattery. So that's when someone flatters you, they get a sense of control. They sort of, with their flattery, they buy the ability, they purchase the ability to have an influence in your life. It's a way of influencing you. And there's a really fine line between flattery and giving a compliment. To many people, a compliment is an amazing thing, and people generally enjoy getting compliments. But evil people, people with an evil spirit, or a Jezebel spirit, or a narcissistic personality, use flattery to buy that position in a person's place so they can in a person's life so they can control them. And condescending is trying to control the person by speaking them down to them, giving them a schooling. So Christians are condescending to people who aren't Christians because they think they know it all, and they sort of speak down to you and try and give you an education and discipline you with the words. And there are two. Jezebel, narcissistic spirit, has got a whole host of different characteristics and personality characteristics that can identify them. These are two narcissistic traits that I've found in Patrick Bet-David. I hope this video was helpful for you. God bless.